Hi everyone, trust you all are doing well. So what we've done in the previous episode, we finished upgrading our login response. All right. So in this one, if an admin user is an admin route or super admin, they will be redirected to this page right here, to this route. So what I want to do is I want to create that route. So in order for me to do that, there's a couple of things I need. I need the controller, and I need to obviously add that route in our web route. All right. So let's quickly do that. So open up your terminal. And let's quickly create the controller. So PHP artisan make controller. All right, and I'm going to go in the admin folder, and inside that I'm going to create a dashboard controller. Now what I want to do is I want to do invocable func method with a -i. It means it will do an invoke method inside my controller, and it will basically be just one that returns whatever is there. Okay, so if you don't want to create that, you can just leave it out and you will just create a dashboard controller, and then inside that you can obviously create your index method or whatever other method you want to do. So for me, I'm just going to do a -i. So all right, so let me do that. So let's go to our dashboard controller quickly. So app HTTP controllers, you will see we have our admin folder, and inside that we have our dashboard controller right here. So as you can see, we've got an invoke right there. So I'm just going to delete the request and remove this like that. All right, inside here, I'm just going to return a view, and the view is basically admin.dashboard.index. Okay, so I haven't created this view yet, so let's quickly go there. So public, so resources, views, and under admin, we can create a new folder, and I'm going to call this one dashboard. And inside that folder, I'm just going to create a new file, index.blade.php. Right. Now what I will do is I will copy this dashboard.blade.php. All right. So if you go with the default installation, you will see you have a dashboard right there. So let's just copy that and paste it in here. And I'm going to change this from a normal dashboard. I'm just going to do an admin dashboard like that, so that I will know as soon as I logged in, I'm at the admin dashboard. All right, so I will obviously change the layout so you don't have to, but all right, but I will get to that in a second. All right, so let's quickly go to our routes file. Okay, and you will see if you have the template, you will have an admin route right here. Now with default installation, this route is not available. Okay, so if you're going to look for it and you have your other template or anything like that, this route will not be available. Right, so we created that route on ourselves. So what you can do on your routes file, you can just say new file and you can add the admin.php. All right, now in order for this file to be recognized, okay, so we go to our web route right here and we require that route with the admin.php like that. All right, so in our admin route, what we're going to do is we're going to, in the route group, you create a route group with the prefix of admin and as.admin. All right. So what will happen is every route will have a /admin, and all the name of the route will be admin. Whatever the name of your route is. Okay. So in this case, let's do a route. Okay, and then we're going to do a get route. Get route. This will be /. Okay, then inside this, we're going to do the dashboard controller class. Okay, and then we're going to give it a name of index like this. Just remember, just make sure you obviously import it at the top. As you can see, when I was typing, it actually imported for me on top. Okay, but just make sure that you see this name.index is actually admin.index because of the route group. So in our login response, we actually want to go to this route. If you have something else that you want to redirect to, just change the name right there wherever you want to go. All right. So in that, we're actually just returning. So let's go there. You can see we're returning the view, the admin.index, which actually returned at admin.dashboard. Okay, so let's quickly log in as an admin and see if we can actually get to this part right here. So I'm just going to add this so that we know it doesn't matter because we already got that admin, but I'm just adding this so that we actually definitely know that we are redirected to this place. Okay, so let's quickly go to our browser and see if we redirected here, if we logged in as an admin. So let's quickly do that. So admin@example.com and password. So let's log in. So as you can see, we get to the admin dashboard right there. So we logged in as an admin user, as you can see, the admin user, but they directed to the other place. So let's log in as someone else and see if we can actually, as a normal user, and see if we get to the normal dashboard. So let's log out quickly. All right, so I'm going to log in as John. So john@example.com with the password and see if we get redirected to the normal dashboard. So as you can see, we redirected to the right dashboard. So everything works quite nice. All right, there's another thing that I want to mention just here. All right, now you can use the same template. We can use the same template for the admin users, the writers, or anything like that. Then we can just add guards to make sure that the only certain information on that dashboard gets displayed to the admins or whoever, depends on their authentication. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layout that's for the admin layout and all that kind of stuff. So I will know everything in there is basically for the admins and stuff like that. So let me quickly go to my code editor. All right, as you can see, we're making use of this layout right here. This is for the back end part. So this is the app layout that we make use of. And you'll see it's got a whole lot of things right here. Now, the thing is, inside my dashboard or site navigation, we could have added a whole lot of, if it's like with default, we can have this at auth. All right. So that makes sure that if the person is authenticated and authentic like this. So if the person is authenticated, this will show, or whatever the case may be. What we could add as well is if the user is a writer, we could add something like this. If you guys remember from our previous parts. Okay, so in this case, if the admin is a writer, so end writer or add admin or is admin, we could done something like this. But from personal experience, just remember what I'm saying right now is just personal preference. Okay. Normally, this will get very, very, very big. All right. So if you, especially if you have a lot of different routes. Okay, now if I'm going to go and I have to look for certain admin routes, as you can see, it will be very difficult. Or what you can do is you can create a component, and actually, if it's an admin component for admin routes, you will put only, like in this case, let's say, all right, this is a teaching channel. So I'm just teaching, but this is completely down to preference. We could do sitenav x, sitenav, to sitenav.admin, okay, something like this. Okay, so I could create a component like that. So I will know under the sitenav, so under this will be a new folder, sitenav, whatever the case may be. So sitenav.admin or whatever. So then you will know all the admin related routes, basically this part, are in there. Okay, you can do that completely fine. So there's a whole lot of options to you, or you can do them all in one file. But like I say, this file will get too big. All right, so there will be too many things that you have to go look for if you're looking for the admin ones or whatever the case may be. I don't like to work like that. Right, so enough of a run. So what I will do in this case is I will create my own component, a layout component. So I'll know everything admin orientated will basically be in that route. Okay, so you can decide however you want to do it. That's basically the route I will take, but you can decide however you want to do it. All right, so basically I will have maybe use the same dashboard nav, but the site nav I will use a dashboard.admin.sitenav. Okay, just to kind of separate my concerns. All right, so let's quickly create that layout, so that component. So let's open our terminal. So I'm just going to do PHP artisan make a component. I'm going to call this one admin layout, like this. Okay, press enter. The view already exists, but don't mind that. I already created that. So let's go to app. You will see under views, you will see we got our admin layout right here. Because I was thinking if I need to go this route, but I know people have their own preference, but I'm going to kind of use what I would like to use in production, because apps grow over time. Okay, so in this case, what I want to do is I just, in the render view is the only one that I will have, and I will just return layouts.admin. I haven't created this basically this view yet. We're going to get to that in a second. But under components, I just want to delete. Let's go to resources, views. You will see we got our admin components, admin.layout. This one we can delete. We don't need that. Okay. Right. So what I want to do now, let's go to our resources views. You will see under layouts, where is it? Layouts, we're going to create a new file, and we're going to call this one admin.blade.php. All right, this one right here. All right, now another thing that I just want to mention here, if you guys would like me to show you all the other stuff, so let me just copy this and paste it inside here. So I'm going to use the app layout as the base, but there's a couple of changes I would like to make in here to distinguish the difference between the two. Okay. So what you can also done is you can use the same layout, and we can just say in here, so you can just check as well if the authenticated user is admin, show this one, a different one, and if they are someone else, use a different one as well. We can then use there's so many options and ways to do things. So in this case, we're going to do a if. So if the user is admin, or we can use the middleware, the gate, or whatever we created, we can add them in here, that policy. And then we can do an else, and then we can do an if, like this. Then instead of actually creating the layout component, we can just do it something like that. Okay, so use the two different navs, all down to you. All right, so your preference. There's so many ways to do things, but what is going to work the best for you? Use the same layout, change a lot of things, add some stuff. It's totally up to you. So if you would like to see it how I would like to do things, please leave it in the comment section, and I will do this. If you guys are not interested, I will do this just in the background. Okay, then you can have and do it your own way and things like that. So I don't want to show you all the views and stuff like that, how I created it. We just, some guys are just here for the logic and not necessarily for the tailwind stuff. All right, so that's it for me. So what I will do now is I will just create a new file in our components. So we got the dashboard.sitenav. So I'll just create a new one. I'm going to call this one admin. Inside that, I'll just have a new file, and I'm going to call this one sitenav.blade.php. Right, I just want to show you there's so many ways to do things, and it comes down to preference. All right, now the reason I'm using my own layout, like in this case, the admin layout, if I want to change the coloring, the styling, or anything like that, so the admin dashboard might look a little bit different than the writer or the admin, I can just change them all in here. But people will say, yes, I can do another if statements, ternary operators in here. Yes, you can do all of that kind of stuff. If the user is admin, you can do it, all that kind of stuff in there. But now the problem for me is that file will get too big again, and I don't like that. Personal preference. Okay. All right. So anyway, enough of that. So what I will do in this case is admin, and then we can just add another dot to the sitenav. So this is basically now the admin sitenav, and there's a whole lot of things that I want to copy in here, and then paste it in here. That will only be for the admins. All right. Anyways, that's enough for me. So if you like the video, guys, please give it a like. If you don't, please let me know and with a dislike. And if you have any questions or feedback, or if you would like me to see me do this, or this part right here, just let me know in the comment section, and I will see if I can do that. But I know there's many people that don't really want to see basically the view layout, how I do all that kind of stuff. They just want to see the logic. All right, that's enough for me. See you in the next one. Adios.